This is Loyalist Lancer Sports in 30, Women's Rugby 7's. Loyalist versus Fleming and Loyalist versus St. Lawrence College from Saturday, September 14th, 2024.
Okay, here we go. Fleming Phoenix kicking off to host Loyalist. There's the kick, and they found grass. And picked up an immediate tackle, but looks like Loyalist is going to, nope, they're not going to win. Fleming with the counter and get the ball right off the bat. So see if they can get going. They struggled to get going against St. Lawrence, but we haven't seen anybody really get going against St. Lawrence yet. So Loyalist has stole the ball back. Grace Ricard out into the space. They can move this ball. Not a great pass. And we've got a turnover again. So Fleming's now down at the Loyalist 22, and Loyalist has taken a penalty. So this is the best best sequence of play we've seen out of Fleming so far today.
They've changed kit, by the way. I thought for a minute they were St. Lawrence, but they're wearing their dark alternate kit.
And we'll see if Fleming can turn this into some points to get on the board for the first time. There's a nice little line there by number 2, Caitlin Arch. Oh, you said that name earlier. I'm going to call her Caitlin.
Osherloni.
There we go.
I'm looking at the phonetic pronunciation, which I'm really happy they give us.
Loyalist with a steal there was number 9. Number 9 is Hannah Bender. And we've got a kick through, alleviate some pressure.
Wow,
ball bounces up really nice.
Great Loyalist bounce. Wow.
And Loyalist
when I was
definitely
a kid,
got lucky
the
there.
Argo bounce, eh?
If Grace gets the little crack, makes
Nice.
the offload, can we win the ball? Ooh,
hard
big
run.
contact there, but if we stay alive. Bender with the ball now. And Loyalist has sounds like they're calling they've got a penalty advantage, and I do see the referee's arm out now.
Good hands.
One more, and then we got some run here by Ryan Fitzgerald.
Nice.
Big break. Looks like she's going to go from over 50 meters, and she's going to score onto the post, and she's about as automatic as we've seen on those kicks.
Well, you can safely call that a 7-man try because I think just about everybody handled the ball, and then it ends up finding the open person, which is Ryan Fitzgerald. I don't know if it's just me. She looks a little bigger and stronger this year. She's really, I think, been in the weight room.
I know that when the season ended last year, they were really positive about their bronze medal, and they were returned a number of players, and I'm pretty sure that they improved their S&C program through the offseason. So that's going to hopefully for Loyalist improve their outcome. I know they'll be hunting for another medal this year, and I'm sure just like the Canadian women, they're always trying to color up.
Yeah.
So turn that bronze into another color would be their goal for the season, I'm sure.
Well, a good athlete who goes to the weight room is a better athlete, and we know that. That's almost automatic these days. It used to be a bit of an anomaly, 40, 50 years ago. But as you say, strength and conditioning programs now are big time, and looks like Ryan has been taking her iron pills, as we used to say.
Oh, good tackle there by Grace Ricard and forced the knock on. Loyalist they've got a scrum advantage. It's probably, nope, they're lucky.
Going to go back to the original.
I thought when
knock,
they won the ball with the clean, they chose not to play just from picking up and go, and then they set the ruck, and I thought that might have been their advantage used, but they dropped the ball, so they go back to the first knock on by Fleming. So good spot here by Loyalist. They're just outside the 22. Fleming's definitely got to be wary about a pick and go around this short side. There's plenty of space, but they turned the ball over in the scrum. So Fleming gets the ball, tackle made. Fleming keeps the ball through and see if they can put some phase together or a couple offloads. There's a good one.
Good driving run.
And did they get the hands to the ball? They did.
Yeah,
so
she didn't protect the ball after.
And Grace Ricard with a quick take, and looks like she's gonna a little through.
Oh, great!
Nicely done. She keeps her feet alive and the ball, and then makes a good offload. Oh, and
sure what the call.
Yeah, me either. Loyalist took a penalty in there somewhere, but I'm not sure what happened. Maybe there was a stiff arm to the face or something.
Could
I'm
be.
Not sure.
That was a great run by Ricard and a great offload, but unfortunately for the Lancers, then they turned it over. And we're not 100% sure what the call is, but we can always ask referee Scott Clarence later for a clarification.
Yep, so we've got a Fleming line out. So we'll see how Loyalist plays defense from the line out. It's deep in their own end here for Fleming. We've seen some kicks today, more than I would have thought we would have saw. So we'll see if they try to kick it out of here and relieve some pressure. But, we got a knock on now. So Loyalist disrupts, but unfortunately knocked it on in the disruption. So scrum to Fleming now.
Well, we'll see if Loyalist has the drive on, because didn't they steal one already?
Loyalist might have stole one earlier, and but Fleming, I don't think, won a scrum against St. Lawrence earlier either. So we'll see if Coach Robinson has picked that up earlier, and then they're going to go for it here. Fielding's not in the game. Fielding was a monster in the scrum last year for them. Talking to Coach Robinson earlier, she said she's going to bring Fielding into the game as a reserve and say, deal with that as you're already tired. So
not a bad idea.
We haven't saw her yet, but it's not quite halftime.
Good run.
Offload attempt, looks like it went forward. Loyalist picks it up, and they're immediately into some attack.
Nice
little offload there, another offload, and there's Ricard. She's going to be something that's going to have to be dealt with this year in the OCAA. She's an excellent attacking player, and as we saw a minute ago, she can tackle too.
Smart too.
We won the ball, and then 2 passes through, and Loyalist is into the end zone again. So strong start here for the hosts, Lancers, going up 12-0. Minute to play to the half. I would imagine Fitzgerald is pretty automatic when they get him underneath the post like this. So
that's Victoria Lum. She's from Wolf Island. Played her high school rugby at Rugby, and this is her first year at Loyalist, and she makes her presence felt. She had a pretty good game in Loyalist's opening 17-7 loss to Algonquin, and this time she's having an even better outing as she dots down in goal.
Kicks up and good for Fitzgerald. So Lum with the try, Fitzgerald with 2 converts and a try, 14-0 here. Would imagine we got 1 sequence or so left, about 30 seconds in the half. So Loyalist will kick off for sure, and we'll see what happens if there'll be any further damage, or if Fleming can close the gap here before the half.
Well, it's a great bounce-back game by the Lancers. Obviously disappointed with their 17-7 opening game loss to Algonquin, but they've rallied in great form in game 2 and are well in control of this one. Good take.
Well, taken well, yeah. Little bobble, but collected and won clean. So the Loyalist is going to take a penalty there, trying to counter ruck, but just really fell through and kind of killed the ball a little. But Fleming's now in attack, so they're going to go for it, and which is good because with that advantage, and I'd imagine advantage is gained. This is number 2, Caitlin. You said it right, Oshterloni, and she's still going. She's so far today, I think, has been the most impressive player for the Fleming.
I agree.
Fleming Phoenix, and that ball's out. I think we got to fight for the ball. Knocked on by Loyalist. That's probably going to be halftime. Yep, there's their half. So 14-0 for host Lancers over the Fleming Phoenix, and we'll be back in a minute with second half action. Okay, here we go, second half. Loyalist kicking off, and as predicted, there's Sarah Fielding on the field.
Deal with it.
Yep, that's the thing. I'm going to predict
like
that she makes a big play, at least one this half.
Yep, she's a veteran. She's from Brantford originally, played high school rugby at Pauline Johnson before coming to LC.
Nice high kick. Handled well, though. Grace Ricard in pursuit. And there's the tackle. But they've got it out to Oshterloni, and she handles well, but
good player.
Was stolen. Fielding already.
Yep.
Making her presence known. Little offload.
You called it. Made an immediate impact.
She's going to clear this one, and that's a
textbook
Loyalist
clear.
Ricard thinks she's got some space, but not. She's forced a penalty.
Yeah.
And they've got it to the edge. This is Victoria Lum again on the edge, and then she handed off to Holly McMaster, who's got some pace and out of bounds.
High tackle.
And the referee, I think, is making a decision here if it maybe is a penalty try. Yes, he's going yellow card. I think this might be a penalty try.
Yeah, that's a high tackle for sure. You could just tell by the way she reacted that she got yanked by the neck. Or
it looks like he's explaining there was a seatbelt tackle there, one arm over the shoulder. Can't do that anymore. Big emphasis on that. And there's the yellow card, which I think is going to lead to a penalty try.
Yeah.
And here he's going underneath the post, it looks like.
She would have gone in, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's a good assumption.
Yeah, so there's the initial, so that's an automatic 7.
Yep.
I'm going to give that one to McMaster as a try. Penalty try.
Makes it 21-0.
Yep. It's been a pretty dominant performance here for Loyalist.
Yep. And again, as you call it too, Victoria Lum, rookie from Wolf Island, home with Don Cherry, making her presence felt with a great offload that led to a penalty try.
Holly McMaster, a rookie as well, the one that got the credit for the try there, and or I'm giving credit for the try there. And so this is a veteran team that's added depth. that won a bronze medal last year. Like we were saying earlier, they've got to be thinking color up this year. And there's a nice little offload to Bender. She takes in 2 tacklers, so another good chance for another score potentially coming for Loyalist. They're deep in the Fleming territory, and that's Holly McMaster again that just scored the previous try.
Nice
offload there to Ricard. Nicely taken. You can see there's quite a crowd here at Loyalist cheering on those Lancers. And
well, I think Victoria alums, the whole family from maybe all of Wolf Island is here in front of us. Because every time she makes a play, and she's made a lot of good ones today, there's a big roar in front of us.
Yeah, that was Grace Ricard.
Nice
gets
finish.
the almost fall down try. The other girls worked really hard to make it happen. This Loyalist team is cooking right now.
Well, you were saying they've added depth, and a medal at provincials is a big deal, not only for your program that season, but as you know too, other players that are coming from different towns and so forth, deciding where they want to go, that can make a difference. You say, hey, this is a winning program that's on the upswing, and it'd be nice to be part of that.
Yeah. So they're up 28-0 here with about 3.5 to go, and there's been some subs. Like Coach Robinson was talking to her, and she said, I'm going to make sure everybody gets mixed in here, and she said, I'm just going to throw them in different spots too. They're not just going to keep playing the same spots. We're going to get comfortable being uncomfortable. So looks like they've got a similar looking attack and another good first tackle deep down at that. They got the deep kickoff, and then they've applied pressure, and Fleming has struggled, but there's a bit, it looks like a bit of a burner. Fitzgerald's the last one left. If she can get a piece, she knocks the arm down and gets in on the tackle.
Good for her.
And strength, though, keeps the tackle up high and long enough to win the ball. So good play by Fleming. And then, we're running in the wrong direction. And that is Osterloni, though, who's been their best.
Yeah.
But the defense here by Loyalist now, the tackling is excellent. They just keep coming. They've got numbers here, though, now. They found the crack, and it looks like Fleming is going to get on the board. Tackle attempt coming late. That's going to be a try, though.
Yeah. Well, good for Fleming. That's their first try of the day, and they really worked hard for it.
Absolutely. A good run there early that set the Loyalist defense back. Looked like they recovered a little, but I think it was a bunch of 2-player tackles. And
found a gap.
Ultimately, they lost the number advantage, and
created a lane.
Fleming gets on the board.
So the score clock shows 27. It's actually 28. That should be for Loyalist, and now 5 for Sir Sanford Fleming with their first try of the day. They were blanked 28-0 by St. Lawrence in their first game, so they'll be happy to get on the board.
I'm not sure who got that one, who got the try there. It was a good run through the middle. And
might have been Rowan Kerr. Was it number 9?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I thought it was a 9.
Yeah, it could have been.
Apologize for not checking that immediately, but
I tried to get it. It happened pretty quick on me there. Yeah, I think it might be. I think you're right. I think it might have been number 9.
Yeah, and she's on the field.
Big cleats there. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, good work, good finish, and as we said, Fleming gets on the board.
Yeah.
Good tackle.
Here comes Loyalist. Looks like they're going to come out to the little handling error. Looked like that one probably should have been caught. And a missed tackle, and this is Osterloni, who, like we said, she's been a pretty tough tackle. But, and there's the speed, number 8. For number 8 is Julia Cata. She's the one that set that last try up with the big run. And now we've got a penalty against Loyalist. I think maybe they didn't roll in that breakdown. And
I agree with you. Number 2, Osterloni, a rookie out of TAS, as we know. Thomas A. Stewart from Peterborough is really impressed for Fleming. Number 2.
Fleming looking to, they're not done. And that, unfortunately for them, they just had a knock. So with about 30 seconds left in the game, Loyalist is going to have a scrum for them. And we'll see if they go for some more points or if they just kind of bleed out the clock here and end game 2 for them with a win.
Yep, Loyalist will even their record at 1-1. Fleming will fall to 0-2. I think we can safely say all of that now.
Yeah, there's just not enough time left for Fleming to be able to win the game, but I'm sure they're going to look for something positive here, and I wouldn't be shocked if Loyalist, why wouldn't they go try to make a 80-meter try or maybe longer here. There's a good tackle there by Fleming. Ball's won clean, though, by Loyalist, and they're into an attack, and they got it to the edge, and and the kick, I think they were kicking for touch to try to end the game, and
still might.
Ended up going to Kata, but she gets tackled out of bounds right away. So our final, 28-5 for Loyalist. So here we go, Bones, as you build it, the feature match of the day. This is the 2023 silver medalist and bronze medalist in the final game. And Loyalist coming in 1-1. They lost 17-7 to Algonquin to open the day. And St. Lawrence 2-0 with 2 fairly convincing victories so far today. So Loyalist with a quick start here, won the ball, and they dropped it over. And guess who? Arsenault right away, and she's got a corner, and she is probably the fastest player on the field. And she's not only got around that corner, she turned it back to the middle and
hugs the post and puts it right down beside the post.
Yep.
That's very unfortunate for Loyalists because they were going forward with the ball. It's always a good start. And then something happened at the breakdown, and if something happens and the ball's free, you know you're going to see number 2 or number 4. That's for sure for St. Lawrence, and she was on it.
Would have been
immediately.
It was either a poor ball placement or a foot kicked that ball through kind of out the side, and guess who's right there? But she misses the convert and crushed the crossbar. Actually,
you could hear that.
Yeah. So
more than a clank. So quick 5-0 lead for the Surge.
So Loyalist, I think here, they kind of need to just restart, pretend like it's 0-0. It's the kickoff again. We're only 1 minute in, and, reset. If you're St. Lawrence, you love this start, and, you're looking to get up on this kickoff and make it first tackle and get into your structured D.
The stream is going on. I'll try again.
Well, kick is up. Nice and high, fairly deep. Well taken.
Yep.
There's a good little run.
Good run. Yep.
And it looks like a steal. Oh, no, they've separated. Yes, she took the ball. Oh, no. There's going to be a penalty here, I think. There it looks like a brawl on the ground, and I can't believe there's no whistle for not rolling away there against Arsenault.
Yeah. Good for Loyalists for getting that ball. Looked like they'd lost it.
And we're into space.
Good hands.
Clicked it up and swarmed right away. This St. Lawrence team is quick to the tackle and then even quicker to the ball off the tackle.
So stole that one.
Well, it's going to have to continue to work at that support lines. It's a good offload. We got to keep her contained. Keep her contained. We put her on the ground. She released immediately and is right back up. Oh, and a high tackle. And the tap's not at the mark. Yeah, he needs to be in 5 meters, so the referee brought her back. But that is the way she played last year at the OCAAs. It was you call penalty, I tap and go, and she gone. She did that once already today.
Yep.
And now they're bringing her back. And this should be structured D for Loyalist, so we'll see what St. Lawrence draws up here to create some space.
Arsenault referees herself, so you don't see her arguing with the ref too much because she gets it.
Oh, that's just a crack in the line that Loyalist didn't maintain. And an extra roll, so, and they'll see if Fitzgerald goes fast, takes the play out of, they try to go fast. And there's Arsenault right away. Oh, nice. And there's Ricard. She's scored twice today. Oh, that's a big tackle. And Loyalist is into their attack.
I thought St. Lawrence was offside.
I thought she was too, but no. According to the ref, no. And we've got some space.
It's a good piece of work here.
Another good run for the Loyalist number 13, Aaliyah Valentine.
It's a great run. She fought for about 10 extra meters.
And there's Loyalist again, Bender with the ball. St. Lawrence, there they go. They look for that poach, and the referee awards right away.
That's really too bad for Loyalist. That was a great piece of rugby with some really good hard running and offloading, and unfortunately, just got to maintain possession and contact.
So outside that first minute with that, that quick turnover by Loyalist, since then it's been kind of back and forth and a couple of penalties each way.
Loyalist really has to protect the ball, though. You cannot turn the ball over in 7's. It's such a short game, and especially against a team like St. Lawrence that will attack immediately when they get the turnover.
So we'll see how Loyalist defends here. They've got it, and that St. Lawrence lineout is dangerous when it's clean like that because you get Arsenault coming around. Oh, that's an excellent tackle.
Yep.
There's Grace Ricard. I would say that she's going to have a chance at being one of these OCAA Rookies of the Year. She excellent rugby player. She's she played locally here in Belleville or at Bayside Secondary. Won a few offs and medals over her high school career and spent a year at Trent, I think, before coming here to Loyalist. She's going to be a game changer for Loyalist.
Agreed, and she's played strongly today, and Loyalist should be back on the attack here with a good scrum, and they're almost at midfield.
Scrum's in. There's a very good scrum by Loyalist, and so far we've seen today St. Lawrence just really dominate the scrums.
I thought that was side entry. Good call.
Yep, exactly. And they're going to play fast. They're not afraid to play right at this St. Lawrence team, which I think we haven't seen anybody really give them that that stress yet today. So maybe this is the way to play them. A little bit of a handling error, but collected back up. Well, it's going to go in the wrong direction, but they still have the ball. Good clearance there. And Bender sends it deep, but guess who's back there? This is the risk.
Oh, wow. You almost got the Argo bounce.
Yeah, and that bounce really didn't work out for Loyalist.
No. Great run.
Fitzgerald kind of playing
good tackle.
A deep defender. And she makes the tackle, keeps it alive, but that's Salmons, and she scored earlier today. Oh, we have a whistle. And I think it's going to be a scrum. Yep, we got a knock on in there.
Somebody's down for Loyalist. I think it's Ricard, but she's back up and looks okay.
So
tough kid.
Yeah, so far this is this half outside of that first little mistake. This is very even, and the game of the day. Best half we've seen of any game, I think, so far.
Yeah, you can see this shaping up as the feature match, as we're calling it, especially with St. Lawrence going 2-0 and Loyalist getting stronger throughout the day. They had a real tough loss to Algonquin. That could have gone either way. And not taking anything away from the Wolves because they did earn the win. And then Loyalist, of course, dominated Fleming.
So we got Fitzgerald on the edge. She is quick. She scored a long one earlier. She's going to have to contend with some Owen knocked on out of bounds. I believe that's going to be the last play of the half. And Fitzgerald slow. I don't think, maybe a cramp there the way she's holding her leg. But that's halftime anyway. So 5-0 to St. Lawrence. Very even first half, and looking forward to the second half. All right, second half action. Loyalist about to kick off. 5-0 lead for St. Lawrence. Outside of the quick strike try in the first minute, this has been a fairly even back and forth game with a lot of physicality.
Indeed it has, and we're looking for more in this second half.
It was a great kick there, nice and high. They're on it right away, but missed the first tackle, and there's an offload.
Nice hands.
Yeah, great one-handed catch there. Oh, and we've got a break. So that's Katie Williams, number 13 for St. Lawrence, with her first try of the day.
Wow, she did a really interesting move. It's almost like she stopped for a split second and then threw her weight on the other foot. And it was just enough of a hesitation move to lose the would-be tackler, and then she was gonzo. She's a Kingston girl and played her high school rugby at Frontenac, and she's a first-year surge player.
So this is a little bit like the first half. The
big quick lead,
score for St. Lawrence, and we'll see what happens here the next 6 minutes or so. So Arsenault's dead on again, nice and close to the, and she gets it up good and high this time. No crossbar issues. So 12-0, lots of time for Loyalist, but two impressive long-range scores for St. Lawrence to start each half.
Yep. So again, Loyalist is faced. They got to get on the board, and now with 7's being such a short game time-wise, they need to try and strike as quick as they can, cut the lead in half, hopefully for them, and then they would have a chance to tie it up. But they can't. If they're going to get on the board, time is of the essence.
Yeah, and they just lost one of their veteran players to injury there. Hannah Bender went down after that. I must have been on a missed tackle. And so there's a substitution in for her, for Loyalist. So with about 5 minutes to go. Kicks up, and it's deep, very deep.
It's a good kick.
It's a very good kick. If it runs, nope, it's going
Wow.
to stop just above the 2-meter line.
Good kick.
Fitzgerald with a little pump fake,
Ooh.
and then dropped it. I got to wonder if at the end of the half, if she's still hurting a little bit. So first we had the knock on, but it looked like there was going to be a steal there by Loyalist. So St. Lawrence gets to have a scrum, 5-meter. This is a dangerous territory here for Loyalist. They need to defend to keep this game in play.
Very unfortunate for Loyalist. That was a terrific kickoff. The ball just died on the 2-meter line. And great pressure by St. Lawrence as Loyalist was forced to play deep out of their zone, and then an unfortunate turnover.
See how this scrum goes. Fielding's in the game. She didn't play in the first half. She's in the second half. So that's the second time today we've seen her come in as a kind of an impact sub. There's Arsenault taking it at the back of the scrum, and
Wow.
she scores again.
I heard somebody in the crowd say so close, and you hear that a lot with opposition when you're talking about Alicia Arsenault for St. Lawrence. She is so elusive. Everything that she beats is so close, right?
Yeah.
Tackles and would-be defenders. She's just very, very slippery, skilled player.
So far today, St. Lawrence has scored 64 points, potentially 66 here if Arsenault makes this kick, and Arsenault has been responsible for 56 of those.
Man, she's got a thing
There's
for the post all of a sudden.
only 10 points scored by St. Lawrence today have not been scored by Arsenault. So, I'm sure the league is going to take notice that you got to shut her down in order to shut St. Lawrence down, but tougher to do than to say.
Yeah.
Mentioned it earlier, she's probably going to be a strong candidate for the league outstanding player.
And as you said, too, as good as she is, St. Lawrence as a team is better than they were last year.
Agreed.
More balanced.
Yep.
Wow, that's not good.
I don't think it was touched, though, so it's
No.
going to be a Loyalist line out. It's just,
They got a little lucky there.
yeah. After playing a really good first half, minus 20 seconds, the start of the second half hasn't really gone their way. So we'll see if they can kind of pick themselves up here and go get a score. And
Well, I think you're right. The picking themselves up thing has to happen. They looked deflated on that restart after that third St. Lawrence try, but you can't let that be the nail in the coffin. I mean, time is really running out, but you got to play to the bitter end.
so I think that was. I think that was knocked down by St. Lawrence backwards, and then Loyalist grabbed the ball. But I think the referee must say that on the pickup, the Loyalist player must have just dropped it forward a little bit before they went to play.
Well, both coaches are getting some of their bench in for St. Lawrence. That means they feel comfortable enough to take off Alicia Arsenault, which they are doing. And we saw that when they did it the one other game today, and they didn't miss a beat. So it gives other kids an opportunity, and gives your star player a reward if they're tired.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to risk. At this point, it looks like they're not going to be able to lose this match.
Oh, good
That's
point.
going to be a penalty, I think, playing her without the ball. Yeah, so you wouldn't want to risk an injury to that star player. At this stage, it looks like they're going to go 3-0 on the day. Just about a minute left, so I would say that the Surge are going to start the season with a strong tournament, and a 3-0, only giving up, well, unless Loyalist scores here late, only going to give up 5 points on the day.
Wow.
Loyalist has a strong day.
They sure did.
They probably won't be super thrilled with a 1-2 record. I think that means Algonquin's likely going to finish the day in second place out of these 4 teams because they got the bonus point loss to Fleming. But one 3-0 team and 3 1-2 teams.
Yeah, I think I think Loyalist must feel today they'd like to have another shot at Algonquin, because that was a game I think they could have won it again. Not taking anything away from the Wolves because they earned it, but Loyalist had opportunity in that game that went.
Yeah, they had a chance to take a big lead at the end of the first half, and they missed it. And then Algonquin, all credit, they came out strong in the second and won the game.
So I think that'll be an interesting contest the next time they meet.
So I'm sure Loyalist wants to finish the day strong here with some points, I would think. And they're going to kick through. So this is an interesting one because the clock is over. So unless they can get the steal, and they did, they forced a penalty here, so they're going to be able to play. You can hear the girls saying, "Let's go, let's go," and they got Arsenault off the field. So we'll see. Oh, and another kick. Again, it's a bit of a strange situation because if St. Lawrence just kicks it out of bounds now. Oh, and I think another steal for Loyalist. So they're going to tap and go, I would think, for sure here. There they go, and that's going to be an advantage penalty. And Fielding now with the ball, and she certainly beats the first player, and she's up. He's not happy. He says the drop on the tackle, so it's going to be a penalty for Loyalist here. Fielding, I think, might just go and tap and go right at them. The mark is there, and there goes Fielding, just as predicted. And this could, well, they're really tight in there. I don't think she got ball, she got body, and I think, I'm not sure what he called there. I mean, earlier he called one in the previous game where he felt like the offensive player was shielding the ball too much.
Yeah.
So I think that must be what he called there, and they found touch, so that'll end the game. So at the end of the day, St. Lawrence 3-0 with a 17-0 victory here over over Loyalist. Loyalist 1-2, Algonquin 1-2, Fleming 1-2. Look forward to seeing you at the championship day, Bones.
Yeah, we had some great rugby today, and it's just the start of what promises to be a pretty entertaining season from what we've seen here today.